Hi guys, welcome to this video about how to get rid of a bee swarm or bee's nest in an electric box outside. So at the end of the video I'm definitely going to tell you what worked, but I start with some information, really important information about the whole thing. And I will also tell you what did not work. I'm sorry a little bit about the bad quality of the video. The rest is a little bit better. This was a screenshot from an old video I have done some time ago. Actually, everything started with a huge bee swarm, and we saw this outside of our window, and we were totally scared. There were thousands of bees, and they were trying to find a spot where to build a nest. So what's really important to know, actually two things. First thing is that bees are actually protected in a lot of countries, areas, maybe districts. You have to be really careful. I mean, you are in a lot of places you are not allowed to kill bees, and even if you are allowed, I would not suggest, because bees are actually an endangered species. There are less and less bees around, so we have to really try to protect them. And the second thing is they can be really dangerous when they feel being attacked. So they look like, usually they are quite harmless as long as they don't feel attacked. But if they are feeling threatened, it can it can be so dangerous. And that you can see that I'm not just telling stories, that it's really true. Here is something I found on TV, or just saw it on TV. About same time as I was handling my case outside, it says man stung more than 100 times by bees while trying to save dog in Melbourne, Florida. And the result was the man was hospitalized and the dog even died. So why is this situation actually so dangerous to work around a bee swarm? Here you have the reason for that. It says the stinger's injection of apitoxin into the victim is accompanied by the release of alarm pheromones, a process which is accelerated if the bee is fatally injured. The release of alarm pheromones near a hive or swarm may attract other bees to the location, where they will likewise exhibit defensive behavior until there is no longer a threat, and so on and so on. So there is not just a risk that you get stung by one or two bees. If you get stung, there's a large likelihood that within seconds, a lot of these guys will really attack you, and they are pretty fast. So so I didn't know, and I was working around them all the time, but I won't do this again. This can be really life-threatening. So the very best moments to work around these areas are really early in the morning when it's cold or cool, or early in the evening around sunset. Usually the bees get back to their nests, and then they calm down, and usually a couple of minutes before sunset or around sunset, usually it's really getting quiet around these nests, and then it's possible to easily work there. At least it was in my case, but you still have to be careful. And one of the other questions is, why are bees attracted from electric boxes outside? There is a really simple question, actually a really simple answer to that, and it's because it's the warmest area. So especially when it's a little bit cooler in spring or like autumn, then especially bees are being attracted to these boxes because they emit some warm temperature, and they can feel that, and they are looking for the warmest spots and some place where they can access, and this are there's a spot where these two criteria are matching. So I have tried a lot of things to get rid of the bees without killing them, without using strong, harsh chemicals. And one of the things was roasted ground coffee. There are many findings on the internet which show that you can use like a burning ground or roasted ground coffee. I mean, it's not really burning, it's just producing smoke. If you're able to get it burning somehow, it will not really burn, it won't produce a blaze or flame, it will just produce smoke over time, like an amount like what we see here, that should be good for at least 1 or 2 hours. It produces a really strong uncomfortable smoke, and some people say it should be possible to get rid of insects in the area, maybe smaller insects, but it definitely didn't work against bees. What I also was using is diluted vinegar. So the vinegar, I don't know, I can't remember what the dilution was, maybe 1 to 10, something like that. So something like that doesn't kill the bees, but it has still a really strong smell, and it's supposed to drive bees away, but it definitely didn't work in my case. Maybe it worked for 10 minutes or an hour or so, and they came back like there was nothing. I did it many times, didn't work at all. There's something else which I tried, that's the Boogie Band's mosquito band. That's actually something which is supposed to put around your wrist, and you can wear this the whole day if you're out in the woods, something like that, and it should drive away mosquitoes and everything. And first problem was when I tried to wrap it around the electric box, it was simply not strong enough. The band broke apart, and I had to redo this. As you can see, just having this band close to the bees didn't work at all. So what I finally did, I wrapped it all around the electric box, so not only to drive them away with the smell or whatever, but also prevent them from having access actually to my box. But they managed still to crawl through these small gaps and get in and out. As you can see, they didn't care about this band, and this band at this moment was brand new. It's supposed to last like a couple of days or even weeks, and this was really brand new, so super strong smell, and it didn't do anything. It was really waste of money, waste of time. The bees didn't care about this repellent. So I came finally to the conclusion that if you want to protect your country or your home, you need a physical barrier. As already the old Chinese did, they built a wall around their country and it was really effective. No chemicals, no cameras, no drones, no nothing, just physical barrier to prevent access to the thing. So why did I use a cord like this? Looks a little bit silly. Of course, if you own the electric box, it probably would be an easier or a even better way to put some silicone all around. The strange thing, I haven't seen this at any electric box. Maybe the thing is that people are fearing that's getting too hot and it's a little bit of cooling, and if you block it, maybe it gets a little bit hot. I don't know. Not experienced. I hope it's not the case. But yeah, I mean, you have to be careful. I did this also during, I mean, or very close to sunset, and there were almost no bees around. I think there was one, maybe we can see it when I close to be finished. One a little bit attacked me. Yeah, not really attacked me. I mean, I just was a little bit scared because I knew of this case that there was this guy who was stung 100 times and the dog even was killed. So I got a little bit scared, but there was just one bee and it yeah, it went, it just went away after some time when it found out that there was no access. The bee just disappeared and I was able to finish my job. And that was the result at the end. I mean, it looked really good. I had the impression that everything was pretty much closed, all gaps closed, everything locked up, and I checked next day. And the very next day it was looking really good. Then I came back one day later and I found first thing there were a few bees returning. Probably they were away for more than one day and they came back and found this closed and they tried to find an opening. And second thing I found, they were trying to access the old bee's nest through the second electric box on the right side, and also there were already some wasps trying to get into the electric box on the right side. So not only bees but also now wasps. And yeah, there was a clear indication that I had to do same thing on the right box as well. And that's now the result after doing same thing on the second box as well and checking after a couple of days. And I think in the first days a few bees and wasps tried to return. They were obviously flying around for more than a day probably, and they came back to this nest and find it locked up. So they were, I mean, not many, but just a couple every now and then were flying around. And I checked back another couple of days later, and finally everything was solved. All the bees and all the wasps were gone. Not a single one came back. I was there and checking for more than 10 minutes or so, and not a single one was returning. And I think this case is now solved, so I will keep it this way till I moved out. I mean, the reason why I did that is because I'm a renter and I'm not the owner of the home. If I if I was the owner of the home, I definitely would seal it with some kind of Vaseline, or something really to caulk it up and make everything super tight and clean. But since I'm only the renter, I leave it like this, and I will remove the thing at the very last day, so I'm done. Not my problem anymore. But now at least I know how I can solve the case if ever I will have the same situation. So yeah, it got quite lengthy, but I really wanted to help you and let you know about everything, so you know what will work, what not will work. And yeah, I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions, comments, or maybe better solutions, would be really nice if you left a comment in the feedback area so we can talk about these things. I'm really happy, and I would definitely be more happy to talk about this and learn even more about these things. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.